Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use jQuery in Spring Boot. Then later, if we still have time, I will also show you how to deploy it in AWS Cloud. Okay. All right, let's get started. First, we need to download the jQuery. I'll show you how to download it or where to download it. Alright, so the latest version as of April 26, 2024 is 1.3, 1.13.3. So this version. Actually, I already downloaded it, but I will show you what it looks like, the structure. Once you download it, you will basically get something like this structure. Okay. Yeah. Once you download the jQuery library, you have to copy it to your Spring Boot folder. In our case, our Spring Boot folder structure is like this, right? Source, main, then resources, then there is a static. Inside this static, you have to paste this jQuery UI. See, the same. I already copied it earlier. Then yeah, basically that's it. So when you open it, you see some CSS and JavaScript files and the core jQuery, okay, in this external jQuery folder. So basically you will get folder structure like this. Okay, so this is the structure that we are expecting. All right, so once you copy the jQuery UI folder, we will need to create an HTML to use them. In this case, I have here index.html. Actually, this HTML I copy also from the same folder from here. You see there is index.html here. Actually, here I just moved from this folder since it's the same folder as this, right? So I just moved the index.html from this folder to this folder, template folder. Okay, so these are all the inside this index.html are all the UI components that we can use in jQuery. Okay, so for demo, I'll copy paste this page, okay, for reference purpose. But then again, I created my own HTML page, this one. In this page, I'll show I created 3 tabs, but then again I use this CSS which I got from this one, jQuery UI CSS, this one. Okay, then this one I created it, but the content of this I copy from this. I optimize the code so it's easy to understand. Basically, this is the contents. I copy it from the index.html. Okay, so it's not really important. Anyway, so this is for styling only. Okay, but what I wanted to highlight here in this test it's the test page that I created. I want to show you how to create the tabs component. So I created 3 tabs here. Then in each tab there is container for each tab, so we have 3 containers for each tab, right? So for the first tab, the first container, we have some text here. We define some text, and this text later on I will replace it with other contents. The whatever the, because we are going to call some Ajax call. So this Ajax will return some HTML content, and we will put inside this container. That's why I put here an ID, result one. This is meant for Ajax call, okay, this container. The same thing for the second tab, which has the second container, okay. It has some text here, but it has ID result 2. This is meant for Ajax call number 2, okay. So once we call this Ajax, the result will be set in this container, or will be put in this container, okay. The same with the third, but for the third container, I changed the syntax. I use the jQuery specific syntax, which is like this. As you can see, in other container we use the traditional way of defining the button, right? Input type button, then value with the text and the event. Once the button is clicked, it will trigger this event. But the other syntax is like this. Instead of using input, we use button, then the ID, which is button 3, then the text that will display on the button. Then the event of this, remember the ID is button 3. I define here. Here you see in this code snippet, it means when the button with ID like this, button 3, is clicked, then this function will be triggered, okay. That's as simple as that. Then for the rest is the traditional way. When this button is clicked, it will call this function, which is Ajax 1. This is the one. This, it will execute this Ajax 1. Same for the second container. When this button is called Ajax 2, it will call the Ajax 2 function, okay. Alright, so basically we have 3 buttons for the 3 tabs. For this 3 tab, there are 3 containers. Each container got 1 button, and each button got an event. When you click that button, it will trigger their respective Ajax function, okay. Yeah, basically that's it. So for the first Ajax call, it will basically call our let me show you first our endpoint. First, we have 2 endpoint in our controller. One is the index. The index will show all the possible UI components that we can create using jQuery. This is included in when you download the jQuery UI folder. It has some demo, right? And all it contains index page for all the UI components. And this is the one how you call it. This is the endpoint that will call that page. As you can see, this endpoint index, when we hit this endpoint, it will basically fetch the index HTML, which is coming from the jQuery page, this one, okay. See, jQuery UI example page, okay. This is for reference purpose only. Then I created another endpoint, which is called test. This test will when we hit this endpoint, it will fetch the test HTML, which is this one, the one I discussed, this one. This test.html got 3 tabs. Each tab got 3 containers, and each container got button, and each button got event, okay. When we hit that button, it will call its respective Ajax, okay. So what else? So let me explain. When we hit this, maybe I should run first so it's easier to visualize. Okay, then while showing you the UI, I'll explain. All right. So http localhost 80. Let's check first the index 1. This is the content of the jQuery UI components. So something is wrong. Sorry about that. Circular. How about this one? Test. Aha. I think we have some we have some problem here. V8. I think we need to we need some library here. Okay, let me try again. I need to debug. Sorry about that. Let me call again. Index controller index. Circular. I'm sorry about that. I think let me run again. So other other endpoint is working. This one is also working, but the index one is not working. No, it's working. I'm sorry about. So this is what the one I'm telling earlier. So when we hit this endpoint, it will call this index HTML. This index HTML, I did not create this. It came from the jQuery package. When we download the jQuery library, it has index HTML. So these are the contents, or this is basically what we see inside the index HTML. Okay, so there is accordion, autocomplete button, check box radio choices, okay, control group. So all the jQuery component UI components. There is tab also, dialog, okay, overlay shadow, framework icons, slider, date picker, progress bar, select menu, spinner, menu, tooltip, highlight, and even the error. Okay, so all these are all the jQuery UI components that we can use using this jQuery library. Okay, then we also have I created out of that library. I created my own page. I copy it from index. I call it in test.html. So basically, in this page, I only use tab UI component. I want to show it, and using this tab component, I have let me show it to you now. Test. Alright, so this is the one I'm telling. So there is 3 tabs. Each tab got container. The one I show you, this one. For example, tab 1, this is the container. Okay, there is text and button. Okay, for this when I hit this button, it will call the Ajax one. See, it replaced the existing content. When we go to Ajax one, how we call that? This is the one. Basically, we hit this endpoint, which is photo. Okay, in our controller there is photo endpoint, which is this one, photo, and this will return photo HTML, which is this one. Inside this HTML is an image of Jennifer Lopez. That's why we see this photo of Jennifer Lopez. Okay, the second tab, it will call Ajax 2. This is this one. The Ajax 2, it will call this endpoint money, and will replace this text. Okay, let's go to money endpoint. This is money endpoint. It will basically call the Wikipedia, this Wikipedia endpoint, and whatever we retrieve from this Wikipedia endpoint, we put inside this. We replace this. Okay, let's see. Try. All right, so you see, so we'll see here Manny Pacquiao information. See, all right. Then for third tab, this is customized. I created this function. Let's go to Ajax 3. So again, this is the component. This is the third container, third tab. It here it has one again, a button called button 3, and text Ajax 3. Right, this button 3 will call here. We'll call this function called Ajax 3, which is this one. This one will basically call our endpoint, which is my post. This one. This is the endpoint, my post, and we will pass this data. It's a JSON. We serialize it before we pass. So this is JSON data. We pass it here. Then of course the content type is JSON. Then it will return whatever this function return here. This endpoint will return, this is, we hard coded it for just demo purpose, this is the data that you post, then whatever the parameter we pass. So here we expect that content result here, so we replace this with that string. Okay, let's try it. All right, see, this is from our endpoint, this one. All right, so I hope it's clear. Let's have a recap. For this jQuery, we only need basically this dependency. Actually, we don't need this. I think there's some cache issue earlier, but I don't think we need this. We only need this basically. Starter web. Okay. Yeah, basically that's it for the dependency. Then for configuration, nothing. This port, we don't need this for local, but later we will deploy in AWS Elastic Beanstalk service, so we need to use 5,000. Otherwise, if we didn't set this to 5,000, we will not be able to hit our URL, the AWS URL. We will get some error like bad gateway error, because internally AWS Cloud is redirecting to this point, to this port. That's why we need to use this. All right, so what else? I think that's all. Let's deploy this to our AWS Cloud using using the Elastic Beanstalk service. Okay, I hope that the jar is here. Okay, the jar is here already. Okay, let's log in to our AWS console. Log in. By the way, for Elastic Beanstalk, we need to use VPC, virtual private cloud. Okay, so we have to create. If there's no default, normally when you create your account there is default, but in my case I deleted, so I do not have any VPC or virtual private cloud, so I need to create one. Okay, we need this for our deployment. Okay, it's created already. Then we go to our Elastic Beanstalk, this one, application, to deploy our SpringBoot application. So we create the application, we call this a jQuery demo, then create. After creating the application, we create the environment. For the environment, we choose web server environment because our application is a web application. Okay, so just keep the default settings, but for the platform we choose Java because our application run using JVM. Okay, so we choose Java. Then we upload our code, the jar. Let's put the version level here, jQuery demo. Then we upload the jar, this one, jar, this today, okay. All right, after uploading the jar, just keep the default setting, click next button. Then for the service role, I have created, or I have created the service role, so I just choose the existing one. Then again, for this part, If it is your first time to deploy, you should, instead of using existing, you should choose this, then specify the name here. Then for EC2 instant profile, you have to create it separately. In this tutorial, I will not show it to you, but I have separate video for that. Just check in my previous tutorial. I have the the title is Elastic Beanstalk. In the tutorial, I will show you the more details how to create the service role. Okay, for this one. For now, for this tutorial, let's just use the existing one. Okay, all right. Then click next. Then remember the VPC that we created earlier, we use it, we select that. Okay, then activate the public IP so we can access it publicly. Then we just need one. All right, then keep all the default settings. We don't need to change anything until we submit. Okay, keep the default settings here, no need to change anything. Then click next button. Then I think next step is to I think this is the last stage. Then submit. Okay, all right, now we review. So this one we just submit. So the important step is we upload our code. Of course, we choose Java as our platform, and then we select the VPC, private virtual private cloud, VPC. Okay, that's all. Then we just wait for our application to launch. All right, then after AWS launch it, we will be able to access our application via AWS Cloud. Okay, using the URL created by AWS Cloud. Okay, so these are the details. So while AWS is deploying our application, these are the details that is doing. First, it creates the environment, that create the S3 storage bucket or environment data. Then create the security group with this name. Actually, we don't need to know these details. What from our end, what we want is only the URL, generated by this AWS Cloud service, so we can access our application outside our network. As long as we have internet, we can access our application. Okay, so just wait a bit. So now it created this IP. Okay, then help us with the progress from pending to this. So actually the status is still pending. Just wait a bit. Oh, I forgot something. So when we hit this, actually this is the URL already. When we hit this, we still need to, let's try. Actually it's not yet ready. See, so this is basically the URL that we need to access our application outside our network. As long as we have internet, we can access our application. But we need to put here the endpoint we need to enter. So in our app, we have 2 endpoint only. Actually, we have a lot, but we have 2 main endpoint only. One is this index to retrieve the index page provided by our jQuery library. This is included in the tutorial package when you download the jQuery library. Then the test, this is the one I created. This is the page, just to show I show how to use the tabs. Then I inside the tab I do some Ajax call, okay, to call our other endpoint. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's check again the status. All right, it's okay already. Since it's okay already, we can just open this. All right, so it's by default it's directed to index, okay, which is good. We don't. So this same as the one I show you in our local is the same. This is the local, but this one is accessible only in my local machine, right? In other machine, for example, we want to access outside our network, we cannot use this. That's why we deploy in AWS, so we can access this as long as we have the internet. Okay, so it's the same. These are the jQuery UI components. Then the one I created, the test one. All right, so let's check if the Ajax is working. Okay, it's working, right? Oh, this one's not. Oh, it's working also. Yeah, all working. So that's it, guys. I hope you find it useful when you're new to jQuery and AWS and Spring Boot. This is a very basic only, but it's a good how you call this, good start to know this basic. Okay, so again, I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye.